having a Ross and Brand moment. Better go down to Steve and Jenny on the grid.
Welcome back to Donington Park. This is the race. It's got everyone on the whole circuit talking. It is Thundersport 600.
It is. This is the only championship left that's got all 5 top positions still available. But it's really all about Rob Hoyles versus Gary May. All season long they've been at it. Rob Hoyles has won, Gary May's won. They've been giving each other jip off circuit. It is going to be a great race, it really is.
They are giving it to each other more than even you and I would.
I don't know about that, but yeah, they are really at it with each other, so they both really want to win, so it's going to be great.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
Thanks very much, Jenny. Yes, there is Rob Hoyles on the front row of the grid. He'll be challenging as hard as you like. Alongside Rob, we've got Jonathan Lodge there, number 10. As the grid girls make way for the safety of the pit wall there on the outside of the front row. Wonderful qualifying performance by Jenny Timmuth. And on pole, Gary May leading the championship. It's between him and Rob Hoyles. Rob would love to get a good start out of this, and he does. He's away. Well, Ian, it's been a great championship. It's been a long year, but it's come down to this, really. It's Gary May versus Rob Hoyles, and I think at the moment it's first blood to Rob Hoyles. He needed a good start, and he's got one, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. These two, as Jenny and Steve said, they've been at each other's throats all year long, haven't they? And Rob, in real determined mood, he's got to win these last couple of races to stand any chance of taking the title. And look at him, he's away like a rat up a drain pipe.
Lovely move there down the bottom of the hill. Jenny Timmuth moves up ahead of Jonathan Lodge to take second place. It's a huge old bum fight, and Gary May just easing through. He's nicked up into third there. But Jenny Timmuth, well, she's already finished ahead of Gary May once this year, back at Brands Hatch a good few months ago now. But it's all about the championship up the front of this one. Still Rob Hoyles with that advantage. Here he comes down into Goddard's. Well, as you're saying, Ian, he's got a really simple programme this weekend. He's got a couple of races, he's just got to win them both. But he also has to hope that there's a few others who finish ahead of Gary May, and Gary looks as though he's in determined mood today.
Yeah, he does. I mean, let's not forget the last round at Anglesey. Gary May had that huge high side chasing Rob Hoyles, and I think that's what Rob's trying to do, put Gary under a little bit of pressure. But, you know, Gary's been used to the pressure. He's got plenty of experience, many years of top flight racing, and it has shown this year. He's already wrapped up that GP1 championship and needs to do the same here now in the 600s.
Yeah, just watching the battles developing behind them. Rue Cotton there, number 66. Now, we've been used over the season after season, really, of watching Rue Cotton in GP250s, but appears to be having a thoroughly good time on the 600. There he is.
Yeah, he's up there at the sharp end and being chased by Sam Middlemass as well as the rest of the top 10 runners come through. McLean's there up to Coppice. Back onto the straight and into the S's. Still Rob Hoyles, but Gary May just inching closer and closer. And Jenny Timmuth hanging on to the back of Gary May. And, well, Josh Cagle there, qualified on the second row of the grid, having a great ride.
Yes, Josh, who initially got away from the grid very well indeed, but seems only 5 minutes ago that he was an Aprilia super team, but he is performing brilliantly on the 600s, having moved up to the category. Now, look at this. Oh, Gary May, it seems inexorable, doesn't it? Rob Hoyles cranking away there on the throttle, but Gary May closing hard. Really, I think, though, Ian, just in the early stage of this race, this is a really massively impressive performance from Jenny Timmuth. I think it took her a while to... I'm not sure she's been entirely happy with the bike of late, but she's had a brilliant qualifying session, and she's really on their case now, isn't she?
Yeah, I think that Brands event where she won ahead of Rob Hoyles and Gary May, I think that really brought her confidence on. She knows she can match the pace of these two guys. But also, brilliant ride from Rob Hoyles. I mean, he got that jump at the start and he's been absolutely flying in the laps. But unfortunately, Gary and Jenny Timmuth coming back at him now.
Well, that actually is Jenny's personal fastest lap. Well, I'm just going to wait. She crossed it. It is her personal fastest lap of the race. And look how she's closed them down. And Gary May at the same time goes to the inside at Redgate. But Jenny Timmuth could really be right in the mix here as far as the championship results are concerned. It's not going to go her way, but she could affect the outcome. Gary May then into the lead where he feels he really ought to be. And Rob Hoyles, well, he's going to ride the back legs off that thing, but I think he knows it's an uphill struggle even in these early stages. Gary, just such a committed racer.
Yeah, 9th position there. Darwin Young chasing hard with Tom Young behind him. I don't know if they're related in any way, but that's a good battle down out inside the top 10. But here they come under the Dunlop Bridge. Gary May in front, and Rob Hoyles must have been a little bit dejected when Gary May just snuck underneath him at Redgate last time around.
There we are to complete another lap. Yamaha and Honda. Jenny Timothy there. Honda mounted in 3rd place. The three of them pulling away from their pursuers. Bit of a twitch. Look at the effort that Gary May's putting in, but look at that, Ian. Just one slight waver there, and suddenly Rob Hoyles right on his case again.
Yeah, but a shake of the head from Rob Hoyles as he went down through Hollywood. I thought he was going to take advantage of Gary May's mistake there, but I think in doing that he got the line wrong coming out of Redgate and dropped a couple of bike lengths. But Jenny Timothy just behind them. Now the battle for 5th position. Josh Cagle and Rue Cotton. So good battles going on all the way through the field in this Thundersport 600 event.
Yeah, that one's been raging since the beginning. Of course, in 4th place is Jonathan Lodge. Got a bit detached from the 3 leaders, but he's well ahead of that battle. But further back, we see number 20. That's Nathan Pallett there. Nathan, another of the GP 250 regulars on a 600 in this race. And also we see number 2 going through. That's Luke Tansley. Luke, this is his first ever race on the 600.
Yeah, and I think it's one of Nathan Pallett's first ever 600 rides as well, so good to see him out there. But Jenny Timothy still hanging on there in 3rd position, can't quite close that little gap up to Rob Hoyles and Gary May just ahead.
Well, the battle has slightly waned at the front. You rather get the feeling that Gary May has got the measure of this. There we see Jenny in 3rd place, still chasing hard. And there, once again, you see Luke Tansey go through, number 2. He's actually on a new machine. It's a Kawasaki from JX Kawasaki. I think Paul Freeman, his sponsor, has got that for him. He was a novice champion with Derby Phoenix. He'll be enjoying himself, but enjoying themselves at the moment. Rob Hoyles once more a little bit closer to Gary May this time as they cross the line.
Yeah, coming up to a couple of slower riders. Ben Broadway, one of those that they've got to get past, and I think Rob Hoyles seeing the opportunity that the back markers could cause Gary a problem, closing right in on the back, but well, Gary May just putting a back marker between himself and Rob Hoyles as they go down through Hollywood, and that could be the end of Rob Hoyles' challenge in this race.
Yeah, that's the move of a pro, let's face it. Such experience, Gary May. Jenny Timothy working hard, she gets past those 2 riders as well, but again, a little bit late to close the gap to Rob Hoyles in 2nd. And up the front, the ride of somebody who's already got his championship this year with GP1, of course, but the ride of somebody who really wants to close out this Thundersport GB 600 championship.
Long look over the shoulder from Gary May coming out of Coppice, just seeing where Rob Hoyles is. He's not going to get challenged into Goddard's for the final time, so just the right left flick and then to see the checkered flag.
Well, excellent win for Gary May. Rob Hoyles, the fastest lap of the race on the penultimate lap, but not quite enough. So Gary May takes the win from Rob Hoyles. Jenny Timothy 3rd, John Lodge 4th, Rue Cotton 5th eventually, ahead of Josh Cagle. Dean Brown was 7th, Sam Middleton was 8th, Darwin Young 9th, and Luke Tansey, an excellent result on that Kawasaki, he was 10th. Jenny Timothy could drive for 3rd, and then Rob Hoyles and a very happy Gary May.
2nd position in the Thundersport 600 race, Rob Hoyles. The lead's now been extended to 34 points, but there's no need to look so grumpy.
No, I'm just a little bit disappointed with myself, Steve, to be honest. I mean, I thought I could maybe have pushed a little bit harder, but I started having some big slides and big moments that I wasn't having in qualifying, because in qualifying I wasn't going as fast. So just a bit disappointed. It's not over yet, but it's looking like it's going Gary's way. But yeah, just want to thank a few sponsors really, if I can. Just Chris at X-Bikes for all his help this year, John Ranger at Race Graphica, and all the guys at Fibre XL. So hopefully I'll better get a win before the end of the season for them. Cheers.
Okay, well, good luck for the next one.
Thanks, Steve. Cheers, mate.